Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Tumbleweed Championship. This is a match between Komacchin and Burnt. Um, and these players are two of the last three players left as contenders for the championship. Burnt lost in the winners' final against Ben, and Komacchin beat me to reach this losers' final. So whoever wins is going to play against Ben, also known as Testing QWERTY, and this second match is going to be for all the marbles. Um, so this is probably going to be an interesting game. I would say Komachin is definitely the underdog. He had a super impressive run through the lower brackets, beating beating Hootie, beating Alec, and then beating me. Even though Komachin is not like Komachin is definitely favored in a lot of matches. I don't know. I feel like against Alec again and against me, it was maybe 50-50, unclear. But he is definitely a very good player. It was kind of a surprise that he lost in round two, in my opinion. Um, so it is super impressive to see him come back like that. And I mean, I hope he is going to perform well. And Burnt is a super strong player. Just lost last weekend a pretty interesting game against Ben. So uh, we're going to see what happens. So let me just catch up on the opening real quick. Komacchin was the lower seeded player. So Komacchin was the host, meaning that he could set up the pie, and he set up A8 and J9. And then Burnt chose to play white, and Komacchin played something really standard. This is the Komacchin pie. Um, this is a pie that was invented pretty much, I think, by Komacchin. And I think this is the pie that is very clearly the most played. Maybe with a variation with B8 instead of A8. I think this one is not good enough for red, but yeah, I don't know. This pie, as I said in other videos, is pretty peaceful usually, not much fighting. Not very much happening. Um, just like kind of an influence battle, unless some player really wants to fight. So we're probably going to get a game where red is going to look to get the left and white is going to look and get the right. So this is very normal. Um, white is looking to expand along the top, and then white is also looking at this two stack on f9, this triangle. So I'm expecting f8. Yep, f8 to block the possibility of playing a two. Which would be pretty strong. And then I'm expecting, so there's a line here, a red line going to the top. So I'm expecting white to play on g6. This is like the normal move. Okay, he didn't play g6. That is pretty interesting. So this defends the one here. It lets some opening, leave some opening. I think it might be a good move. The idea is that f5 was kind of threatened by this two stack, this strong two stack on f8, and yeah. So let me show you on the board. We got this and that, this and that, and then we got i5. Pretty interesting. So there's pressure on f5. So the idea is that if by playing i5, then if white attacks, then red attacks, then white can counter attack because now there's three defenders on this one here. So it's not it cannot be. I mean, it can be taken but immediately recaptured. So the Komacchin decided to go along the bottom, which makes sense because you don't have any attacks along f5, as I said. So it does make sense to go along the bottom. Now, one thing that I really like actually with Burns' position is that you have these lines here and here that go along the bottom. So it is kind of more dangerous for red to expand along this side. So we got, okay, we got a move, a red move here. Ooh, here, okay. Now, the question is, do you play something like this? Does that make sense? Probably not. That doesn't make sense because then it gets immediately attacked. I was wondering if you could like cut or threaten a cut or something, but I don't think it works. Maybe it does work. Maybe there's some stuff to try. It does seem a bit too crude, but my point is that these two lines, these two white lines, are going to be very useful. Okay, this is probably better. So Burnt is threatening this move here. So if red doesn't do anything, oops, yeah, if red doesn't do anything, this is way too strong. Or maybe even something like this. This is super strong. Maybe not the best way of going about it, but it sounds okay. I don't know, it sounds okay. But the idea is that white is threatening to cut here, and red can't allow that. So red has to do something. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Well, I mean, that's aggressive, for sure. I guess there was a threat of cutting, and the threat was probably too big to ignore. I am caught up now, so I don't have to go as fast. Can yeah, I guess the problem is that this move here doesn't come with an attack. So maybe red can just cut then. And this one is actually captured. This is probably too strong. Okay, very good actually. Good find by Komacchin. Um I'm not sure you want to allow that. Do you want to allow that? Why is this one bad? Is this one bad? I mean, I guess red can be annoying. It's a shame that we don't have anyone to chat with in the Discord at the moment, but it makes sense. It's the middle of the day for Europe, so it is kind of impractical to watch the game. Um, so this is not what happened in the game. Instead, Burnt play here. Yeah, yeah. This is pretty hard to attack, so it makes sense. It does leave the possibility of this two later, but of course, red played something really aggressive. But now probably red has to do something about this cut here. Can you even like just cut here? I would be tempted, but maybe that's a bit too good. I don't know. Like I think it's fine for red. Personally, I mean, I'm rooting for Komacchin, because he is the clear underdog, and I think, I mean, maybe people weren't expecting Ben to be in that good of a shape, like testing QWERTY, to be in that good of a shape. Like he seemed really good in all of his matches. Um, he is certainly like one of the best players, but uh, historically he has had problems with long time controls. And yeah, maybe people were not expecting Ben to be as super strong as he was. But certainly people were expecting Burnt to be strong, and like Burnt, Steinkaus was playing here. And I think like a Ben versus Burnt final is kind of one of the most expected finals, with maybe the exception of like a Alec versus Burnt final, a rematch of last year or something. That was probably the two most expected finals. So it would be a nice surprise if Komacchin makes it to the final. On the other hand, I want Komacchin to do well, but I kind of hope that Burnt wins for scheduling reasons because it is going to be hard to watch the grand finals for most tumbleweed players. Most tumbleweed players are in Europe, so it would be a bit impractical to watch a match if the finals is between a Canadian and a Japanese. But we'll do. I mean, I really love tumbleweed, but if if the grand finals is at 3 a.m., I don't think I can watch it. So we'll see. We'll see. L7. Also, that sounds like a good place to mention that I missed a couple of games, especially losers bracket games, and also a couple of round one games. I didn't commentate, but over the next few months, over the winter, I will slowly make my way through reviewing. I mean, the goal is to review all the matches that I haven't covered live. It would probably be something like 15-minute videos or something, 10-15 minute videos, um, depending on how much there is to say. I will probably try to get like Ben on board to give me some insight, to have like an insight of you know of another top player, and yeah, we'll see. But my plan is to go through all of the matches that I haven't done. So if you haven't seen your match covered, um, don't worry, it will probably be reviewed. Now this is a good move, I think. It works as long as white can't cut this link here. So you have a red link here. And the idea of L7 is to help K6. Because before that move, you had kind of a double problem that you're going to get cut here. And also this one is pretty vulnerable. So you could even have a move like N9 for white here. And you can attack this one. And it's always really important in games. Like this is more for the beginners, but this is very important, like to keep in mind. How many defenders do your ones have? If you have a one that's defended twice and the defense is solid, then it's already a lot safer because the idea is that white can't really attack it very efficiently because you can parry, you can add a third line of sight. So here this one is a bit safer, and now okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. This is a very nice multi-purpose move. Now you have, it is probably better than just cutting here. I think cutting is still wait, why is it not as good as before? Yeah, this is not good. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, in any case, like it would not be good to cut. But this move is pretty smart. It does a few things. It puts more pressure on K12. This means that now, if white is able to cut, it's an attack on K12. And note that even though K12 had two defenders, because it's a cut, it only has one now. So it is in trouble. And actually, it's completely captured. There's no way of defending it. There's maybe a way of getting something out of it, but it the cut is completely um, a lot better than before. Now, because this move made it so that the cut would be an attack. It's also really good, I think. This is really a good move. Uh, like very principled, very nice. Because you have this red line going to the left, which adds some control for red to the lower right, which is very much needed because white has potential moves here, and even like a couple of ones here that could be interesting later. White has a 2 here, and the red's position is gonna completely collapse if it's if red is not able to settle a bit around here. So white getting something here now puts more pressure on this one, but also puts more pressure on this area, if that makes sense. And also, of course, last thing really important is that you had this link here that was crossing the red link, threatening to cut, but now you have a second link. And I feel like it's probably not possible for red to prevent the cut. I think in terms of strategy, well, I don't know if I'm really in a super good position to criticize Komachin's strategy because in my game against Komachin, my strategy was lacking. Let's just say, and I played too passive, and I lost in a strategical way. But I do think that in general, it's not a good idea to split your groups. Like Tumbleweed is, for better or worse, it is a game where if you have one group and you expand it, you're generally going to have way less problems than if you have a couple groups that are scattered around the board. The only exception, so I think this observation is valid for influence battles. The only exception is maybe in another type of games that I think sadly is going out of style a bit for now. And this style of game is the monster game. The monster games are when, for example, you can look at Florian versus Frasco in the link. And generally, most games that come out of the Orthodox opening being that instead of having A8 and J9 on move 1, or like B8 and J9, you have something like B8 and a 1 stack on G9 as the first 2 moves of the game. And generally, Orthodox games evolve into a battle where you have a really big central group, usually white, and well, I mean, not usually, like most of the time white, and the other player, red, is trying to contain it. And I think that if you try to contain a central monster group, then it's fine to have several groups scattered around the board. Like it's sort of fine. Another good example being maybe the match between Hootie and Pepis, that you can find in the link. And yeah, but for influence battles, I don't think it's super good to have things scattered all over the board. So now, see, but now, I think you can play this move. No, you can't. You absolutely can't play this move. Don't do that. Don't follow what I say. You can play this move though. Okay, so what is gonna happen? You can shield. The shield feels good, but then you're gonna get cut. Is that enough? Is that enough for? Well, okay, it is definitely enough because then as white you can play this. I mean, the red group in the bottom would be pretty strong. But if that happens, so like now there's only one shield, right? I mean, so I don't see any other option for red. I'm expecting this one. Also, it's pretty nice that it's a counter attack here. Yeah, so indeed we get that. We get this move, and now so now feel I feel like you want to cut, no? Maybe you can play this, but like I don't want to allow this move. Like it feels annoying. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. I do wonder because I don't like the idea. Like, of course, I think White has enough initiative. Um, it's gonna be okay, but it just like it looks a bit scary when you have a straight wall of twos like this and opponent stacks on both ends. Okay, that's an interesting move. Um, I think it works. I mean, even though it walks into this shield, yeah. So now do you play this? I mean, this secures the cut, and this red stack would not be an attack. I think it would not be an attack. I think it's good. I wonder if one is better than the other. Maybe this one is not as good because of the that move. Uh, I mean, it's okay. Like you can maintain the connection, but oh, that's a parry. That's actually even better. Yeah, I completely forgot about this defender on the top. Oh, that's insane. That is insane. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty good. That's gonna be pretty good. What do you even do now? You probably have to defend. I mean, feels bad, but you probably have to defend the right, no? Because like if you, hmm, is that really that? Yeah, maybe it is bad. Maybe this would be too bad. Okay, so of course, like there's no way of defending both at the same time, unless you find maybe some like insane move with initiative that can do something. But for red, I feel like you have to choose which one you want to lose. Like, do you want to lose K10? Sorry, K12, or do you want to lose K6? Okay, is it worth it sacrificing the top? Like, it feels super bad, but then maybe you can cut. But then any shield controls the. Wow, that's really smart. Yeah, I'm really liking the way that Burnt is handling this cutting business. This is pretty pro. Um, oh, this is a really interesting Komacchin pie game. Somehow, like I always complain about the Komacchin pie, uh, but maybe probably I'm not doing something right because somehow I end up with all the boring Komacchin pie games, and there are some really cool ones like this one. Um, Yeah, this connection, wow, this is super impressive. Is there a way? So okay, so I am in the variation where red decides to sacrifice the top stones. And then I'm trying to see if there's a way for red to reconnect these two groups here. It looks insane, but it might be possible. The thing is, like, if you cut here to attack this two, I want to attack this two. Then there's a shield here, and the shield controls this cutting point. Very, very good. And the same thing on the other side because of symmetry. And the worst part is that you can't. I don't think you have a good way of attacking like this. I mean, this is maybe like this is too slow. You can cut here and then you're gonna be okay. You know, you're gonna run through the red. Although to be fair, maybe it's good to gain a couple points, but I don't think there's any other way. The thing that is really impressive, I feel, is that if you attack through here, then there's the shield. Then actually this two is protected by the neutral. That's very nice. If you didn't have a neutral here, then of course red could play here. But the neutral exists, so you might as well use it. Wow, that's super impressive. Um, yeah, I really like this kind of shape. I think this move was pretty inspired, but it requires some pretty deep reading because it did feel a bit risky to allow red two different ways of attacking the two, but both are fine. Um, okay. So red is in trouble, definitely. What is going to happen? I don't know how. I don't know how to defend this. Like, I feel like okay. So as we said, as we saw before, um, this doesn't work. Maybe you can do that because I'm not sure that white can cut. Maybe white can cut. This is just extremely good shape. Yeah, this formation is really good. Yeah, so maybe that doesn't even work. So then maybe it's better to get something out of K6 because the thing is if you defend somewhere and then you lose K6 or like maybe not actually. Wait. You defend somewhere, then you defend. Maybe that result was slightly better, but the thing is like everything is still in trouble. So I don't know if I would believe in the red position. I think I sort of agree with Komacchin, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure because now this bottom group is definitely doomed. And this is not really an attack. Like you don't have to. I mean, are you gonna play this? There's a shield here. This is probably an important remark, but like when you have a cut like this and you have a shield here, that is not a one that is like a pretty strong shield. I am not sure that it's super worth it. Because everything is able to be defended, and I don't know. Can you even play that? Like this is maybe this would be the example of a cut that maybe you don't want to make because both sides of your opponent that you're going to split are able to get stronger, and then you just left with a two that doesn't do much. Now maybe you could do something different where you are ideally you would want to play this. Wait, that's not even a move. Well, that's terrible. You would want to play a move that threatens to play a 3 here, maybe, but I'm not even sure. Yeah, but here, of course, like, yeah, here, you have to do what you can. Maybe white can, yeah, now I think white has to play here, right? Is there anything better? Maybe this is better for shape reasons. Just to get a line here. Because like the difference is that with this you get a line here, but maybe that's also pretty good. That's a small difference, but maybe this one is fine. Okay, you don't, well, you don't, I don't think you had to defend that, but, oh, that's also an attack. Actually, that's really good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good. And now if this, wait, but actually this is not really a threat, is it? Okay, so let's say red plays elsewhere. This is probably not a good move, but I don't know. Red plays elsewhere. Takes, but then you can recapture now. But then maybe the point is you have this double attack. Could be could be that. I mean, this is also a nice like expansion move and like solidifying this area here. As I said, I think that white was fine, but maybe like white is in a strong position. Um, Definitely not like completely winning, but like it is a better position for white. Um, well, maybe some people would say it's completely winning, but I still feel like there's life in the position. Like the board is not completely peaceful. So, but yeah, okay, that makes sense actually. Burns thinks that he's ahead, so probably he thinks that he can get away with solidifying and simplifying the game. That's probably smart. Yeah, because now the white center is completely safe. I mean not completely safe, but like I don't see what you can do. Do you have any clever way of? I mean, of course, as before, you can't really do that because you can't really parry it to this side because then white parries. Um, it would be nice if you would be able to play this one with an attack, but you're not. Like, there's not enough lines on this too. Do you play this? Feels bad. Maybe you do. But as I said, like, you don't. I don't think you have to defend. Hmm. Like, if you play here, then takes, and this, then okay, maybe the 3 is gonna get okay. No, no, I said some. Eh, yeah, you do have the double attack. I'm wondering if it was playable, but maybe you don't want to lose like no, you don't want to lose like everything here. Probably for red, keeping a central group is keeping a strong, healthy central group here is important to not allow white to expand too easily. I do feel like it's a position where for red you want to strike a balance between like helping your groups become more solid and like trying to complicate the position. If we think about where the territories are going to be, I think that okay, let me like draw some things. Well, I'm a little bit worried about these moves here for white. Like it's gonna be annoying. Uh, but also, I mean, I think okay, even if you say that red gets something here, like in this triangle thing, Red gets a few points. We're being really generous here. I don't know, something like this. Then you're gonna have a problem that what's gonna happen on the right. I mean, as soon as this one on K6 gets captured, then it's not gonna be enough. Especially because like this, as we saw, like this connection, I think is completely okay. Now there is one thing that White has to worry about is that it is a possibility for Red to play here later, and even though you can play this one, I think this is not like I'm not sure that White can be satisfied by this result. Like locally, I mean globally, yeah, but I think maybe as White you want the disconnection to stay like severe. So maybe you want to. I'm not sure. I was wondering if you would want to, but that doesn't really work. I don't know. I think I would want White to get some more presence here, so maybe that's a thing. But like also maybe you don't need to. Maybe you don't need to. Maybe I'm overestimating the importance of this connection. I do think that White is gonna keep the cut even if White doesn't play locally. So maybe you take this two is kind of smart. Like this two was kind of smart by Komacchin, just like being a thorn in White's position later, and being able to I don't know do some things. White is a little bit more central, um, so I think that White probably wants to get like anchored on the sides. Now, a really aggressive player would I might be able to play a move like this, just like trying to get links in the opponent's face and sort of use the advantage in that way. But it is a little bit risky because you're gonna lose a bunch of things. Maybe Red can get something on the right. I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know if it's worth it for Red to spend that many moves on the right. Um, oops, I wanted to, yeah. So if Red can play here, now maybe it's not as bad. I mean, it's still kind of bad to attack a one that's defended twice, but I don't know. Maybe you have that. I do think that the only way White gets into a lot of trouble now is if um, White underestimates the sides, but I'm not expecting Burn to do that. I think Burnt like understands better than I do uh, what's important in this kind of position. Like the position is better for White, but you could make an argument that Red can develop along the sides a bit easier. I don't know. It really depends on what White does now. I think if White plays a bit slow, there's some possibilities for Red to come back into the game. Uh, Wait, I am missing some moves. I am missing some moves, I think. I'm definitely missing some moves, but not that many. So we got, okay. We got, well, okay. So sorry about that. I was missing some moves. We got this one. Okay, solidifying. I think I like that. Yeah, solidifying this area. Capturing this free. Definitely very good. Now Komacchin gives up on this one of course, and plays this move. Yeah, I think I looked at this move. Yeah, it seems good to help the top right. Then this move, okay, very good. Yeah, that seems like very strong to get the twos in and use them to not let red have too much of an easy time in this area. Uh, then we got a cut. Okay, makes sense. Note that the cut, as I said before, the cut also defends e6 because you have 3 lines of sight on it for red. And now you get this move. I think it's a very good move. It's a very good move to close the right, close the line, the red line on the right, and also use c6 to attack c4. Now, as red, you have a variety of shields, shields that you can do. Of course, this one is not defended by 2 friendly pieces, so it's only defended by this one here. So you can't parry, you can't, you can't defend like that. So you probably have to play one of the twos, either this one, which I guess walks into this one, which is maybe okay. It's okay. Or you can play. Well, this is not a two, but somehow I kind of like this move. There was this one as well, but then it's gonna get like it's eventually gonna get captured. It's kind of annoying. I'm not sure if that's a good. Yeah, probably it's best to just do that. And you put a little more pressure on this one. Like it's not that much, but like you can maybe use that later. Yeah, and I feel like okay. So as I said, white can attack, but red can defend and counterattack. So this wouldn't be good for white. What do you do now? And you could play this. There's kind of a symmetry thingy happening where you have this link, this red link here, and then you have this two is at the same distance of the link as this two. So if you attack and then defend, then you can cut with an attack. I'm just wondering if the cut is big enough. Well, it seems kind of good, but yeah. I can see it seems good. This is a very important shape. I think we saw that shape in Florian. No, not Florian. Frasco versus Komacchin. Frasco used it against Komachin's long link opening. You can find the link in this video, and it was a pretty interesting opening. And I think it's usually a good shape. In the opening, I'm not sure if it's as good, but like in this situation, I definitely feel like it's good. It's gotta be good. Maybe this shield is a bit better because it's threatening some stuff here. Is that good enough? Hmm. Yeah, this one is probably a little bit better than the other one because you gain some influence here. That's a bit too defensive, maybe. If you play here, like you have more. I don't know. This is probably a more influential move, I think. Yeah, now probably you have to commit to this cut. And then you play here. And then what do you do? I mean, I like this one. Just like completely invading the bottom left. I think it's good. I think it has to be strong. I well, I guess it was pretty big for white to like a few moves ago. Um, maybe let me go back to the position. Yeah, it was pretty big for white to play this move, because this completely captures this three here, and now later in the game, this really limits the options that red has to develop along the bottom and like get some points, because once this three is captured, then you just have two twos next to each other. They're gonna have a hard time defending their sides, and twos are vulnerable on their sides. So this is gonna be a nightmare to use, and probably you don't want to get points here as well. I mean, you want to use these twos to do something, but probably red has given up on using them. Um, yeah, I'm expecting the cut. I don't know what you play except for the cut, really. We got H7. I'm not sure about this one. I mean, maybe probably Burnt was scared of something. Yeah, that sort of makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. This is I didn't see that you could use the agi of this J12. That's pretty smart. And I guess technically you don't need J12, but like, yeah, this one being attacked is kind of annoying. So I understand it. I definitely understand not cutting right now. Um, okay, so red is using. Okay, red is attacking this one. Was there a way of? Was this not a bit better? I think it was, but then maybe I don't know. I think probably playing here was a bit better for white, but not sure. I guess this one also, this H7 also parries F5, so but no, F5 was already parried. I don't know. It this one does give H3 with initiative for red, so yeah, shield. Out of all the shields, I guess. I mean, what do you have? I guess this one is okay. Maybe this one, but this one also gives another attack, so maybe it's not as good. But I sort of like the idea of threatening to capture the neutral, but this is probably not good. This is probably good because you gain a line here, which is going to be really important for the completely securing the right for white, and you gain a line here, um, which is probably going to be useful. Like you're looking at f3 at some point later. Okay, so now we get that. Fair enough. I think you can play here though. Like I would probably play this shield without thinking too much, because this shield is sort of like the most advanced shield that you can play. Yeah, you gain more space and you gain access to the 14th line here. Um, it just makes sense. It just makes complete sense. And I don't think. Well, but it is a defense though. Wait, what happened? Hmm. He played here. Okay. I was wondering if red was going to play here. Like it could have been good. But maybe red was super worried about the bottom right, and I can't fault them. But I do think that the c8 would have been a good move. So red play here. Takes, of course. Yeah. And then this move. Oh, smart. Yeah, pretty smart. Pretty smart use of this of these central two stacks. So that's the sort of that's the way to play red against player that has. So it is kind of funny because I was saying that this game looked like an influence game. So it was probably not really good to for red to have too many groups lying around. But it turns out that now it's looking more and more like a central monster game. And I think if it was not for white's control of this area, then it would start looking good for red. And this is a really good sequence by Komacchin, I think, because he got the 2 here so that he could play a 2 here and then attack the central 2s. When you play against a central monster, I think you really often want to take advantage of the central 2s and attack them from different direction to gain points on the sides. Like it's textbook, like textbook central monster containment tumbleweed. Yeah, that seems like a good shield. I like shield selection is not super interesting, but it can be pretty important. I do think, okay, this shield, I'm not sure if it was super good. Okay, it is looking at the neutral. However, if you get this shield in, then this move is no longer an attack. Maybe he was scared of something else, but I think he gave, like, I think white gave Komacchin a bit too much. Now the question is, do you probably you want to defend that? I was about to ask, like, do you defend that? But probably you do want to. Probably you play here. I'm just thinking you want to play here so that you prevent further attacks against J6. Yeah, we got that. That makes sense. Now this is actually a really good example of what you can get from attacking the center. Like it looked very dire for red on the right side, but this is a really good sequence. Yeah, taking advantage of this vulnerable 2 here, and then yeah, I think this was a mistake by Burnt, but yeah. Now it's actually looking like red is going to be able to get a couple points. But the problem is, okay, of course, like with these kind of attacks in a line, like you have, okay, you got this one, this one, this one. These are 2s, and by nature they are seeing 2 of the like they're attacked twice because they're looking at the center, like the central group. So you have to defend them, but you have to defend them with volume. Like you can't just try to do this, because then you run into things like this, and it is not super pleasant. I mean, maybe it's okay, but yeah, like you get cut and it's annoying. And in the game variation, you're gonna get cut and it's gonna be annoying. However, now red has a line here, and red can try to do some more like efficient defense. Now I think white should ignore. Can you play this? That would be really good if you could play this. I don't like the fact that this 2 is attacked. And it would feel kind of bad to have to reinforce it, but like, but that's an attack. That's kind of annoying. I don't know if you can. But I think even like just playing this and then reinforcing is better than reinforcing now. Because if you play too passive, yeah, if you play too passive, then you let red play something like this move, or maybe this move. It is kind of hard to cover, but something like this. And it feels like it's gonna be way harder for white to invade. I don't know. Maybe it's still okay, but it's just you can't really afford to be super passive. This feels good. Yeah, this is an attack on L10. Now, of course, you have a nice defense, here with a 2 stack, thanks to this M12, 1 stack. And yeah, okay. I'm expecting the shield. I mean, there's really nothing else to do, in my opinion. Shield and then a 3 stack here, and then you get a 3 stack here, but it doesn't do anything. Um, I don't know. Shield, 2 stack, 3 stack. What do you do? Maybe you play here. Not really. Maybe you throw the 3 stack, knowing that it's gonna get captured, so that you get this. But you know what? Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. Do you have to play somewhere here? Maybe not. Can you play like this and somehow connect to the right? I mean, it feels kind of bad, but oops, you can even play that in that case. I think this would be a good result for red. Now I have to be careful to not mess up the game. So yeah, we did get the shield, right? Like we just got this attack and then shield and then 3, and then I think you throw in the 3. Just to like this 3 isn't gonna die. It is going to die, but it's fine. Like it's okay. I think you have time to do what I was showing you before. Um so that doesn't work, right? Does it? I mean for white. But it does work for white. I think this is a better result than in the other variation. No, this is a worse result. I'm sorry. I mean I guess the position is more stable, and I guess to some extent it is Sente. So that maybe red can do something elsewhere and get a, I don't know, a 2 here. Like what do you do as red? Probably you try to get something here, or oh, you come back and play C8. That would be a good timing to come back and play C8, I think. I really think this is pretty big. If white can get that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We are in this position. No, this is a pretty entertaining game. I was I was honestly I didn't know what to expect. Not because like the players are not entertaining, but because the opening was starting like some game that I've seen 50 times where nothing happens. I mean, no fighting happens, but we're getting a pretty entertaining game. Oops, that's not good. Um, yeah, so we do get that. Do you need to defend? Maybe you need to defend. I'm just thinking, like, what if you play that? Okay, that no, okay. Please, like, yeah. Note to myself, don't have any ideas like that. But it's probably healthy to always ask yourself, can I ignore? But then you need to be really careful. But yeah, of course, like this is an easy read that it's completely bad. So let's not do that. So now I think this is safe. This is probably good, but I think C8 was bigger. I mean, it's still not bad. Like this ensures that the red group on the top right is completely safe. I mean, it feels impossible for like this is not even a move right now because this doesn't attack the 2. So the only way for white to be annoying is to, I don't know, do something like this, but it's too small. Like white is just gonna maybe get 1 or 2 points, whatever. It's okay. Oh yeah, this is smart. Controlling G3, blocking the line into the left. Yeah, because I guess as red, you don't want, you really didn't want. Like even if you play here, like sort of my move idea, then you have possibilities for red of doing this kind of move and doing the same thing that red has done on the right, which is like getting way more points than uh, it looked like they should have. Yeah, so that's a good idea probably to get some. That's very good direction of play, I think, by White. Um, Trying to anchor this. I mean, anchor is not maybe the right word, but like trying to, I mean, maybe that's descriptive enough. Like anchor this central White group into the top side. When you play a central group game, and you're the central group, often this is a more comfortable position. Like it's harder to play the outside, generally, in my opinion. Um, but if you don't manage to get to the side and like connect to at least one of the sides, probably two is better. Um, so like white is connected here to the bottom left, and then white is trying to connect to the top here. I think that if you don't do that, then as we saw, like red has some really natural moves that enable red to get many points on the side, and this wouldn't have happened if white had the moves like these ones before on the board, because like when you start from a central group, like a central mass, like chunk of stones, and then you go to the side, then you gain lines into the side that defend that preemptively defend against these attacks, that these attacks against the twos that I was talking about. Now, of course, you can still play this move, uh, but yeah. Then you have less follow ups. This doesn't work, of course, because it's a snapback kind of. But I mean, not a snapback, but like, yeah, it's just three that sticks out of the shape. Um, so I don't know if maybe red can get some things in the top left easily, but oh, Komacchin only has 5 minutes. Oh, okay. So we got a couple moves. We got what I thought. Which is this, and then yep, that makes sense. This is a shield. This also prevents an attack against I5, which would have happened if you played here. Like this would be an attack against I5. This is pretty bad because then you have to shield, and then you're gonna get captured. So of course, it is much better to play that, and then you can't play this move, as we saw. Yeah, really good timing. Wow. I am feeling kind of bad because we might have to leave in mm, 15, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. So if they don't play fast, I might miss a pretty interesting endgame. Um, so I don't know. Oh, it's starting to feel like it's better for, I mean, it's actually better for red, right? I think this position is better for red. Yeah, C8 was a really big move. I am, I mean, I saw this move. But to be fair, I have the influence on, so I have a boost of I don't know. I don't know how much elo I have extra compared to usual, because seeing the influence is in my opinion, a big boost. And also like it's not really seeing the influence; it's also like being able to um, try out variations on the board. But my point is, this is an impressive move, like impressive timing, and very impressive by Komacchin to find like I think this is probably something where I am not good enough compared to other top players. It's just like choosing sequences that keep the initiative. This was really good by Komacchin to get some points with initiative and then come back and play c8 instead of playing c8 directly. I would really be tempted to play c8 directly, but this was really good timing. Yeah, then we get this move, which is smart because it parries e10, it defends e10, and it attacks d7, so pretty much forces the capture, in my opinion. Because the other option is playing here, but you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave this stone on the board. In Tumbleweed, compared to Go, you really want to capture more than in Go. Because if c6 was left on the board, it actually gave moves to white that could have been annoying. So capture, and then we get this move, which is a defensive move, and I think a good one. Because let's say, I don't know, you play an endgame move here. You had this kind of threat that could have been kind of annoying. I mean, yeah, I'm sure there is something. Maybe not this, but yeah, that's just really bad. That would just be really bad for white. So this was a very important weakness to patch, and he did it. So this is a really good use of the two groups, here and here. Yeah, using this two here, that's pretty good. They're playing pretty fast. This shield is pretty much forced, I think. I mean, you can have like a discussion. Well, actually, probably this one was a bit better because you pre-parried this d10. I don't know. Oh, I guess it also. Oh no! It was not a bit better. This one was better because you take control of I13. Wow, that's good. That's really good. Yeah. Now of course you have a problem with this d10, and you have a problem with g10. Ah, this is really good play by Komacchin. Hmm. This, yeah, okay, but so do you take this? No, probably you just take here. Probably you just take here. And then you have this. But I think this take is actually not such a big problem for now. Yeah, I I mean, as red, I would take that like that. Yeah, because like even if you lose that, then you still have a move like this, which is completely ridiculous. Like it's just in terms of end game, you get so much. You can even get that later. Like how crazy is that? Yeah, yeah. I think when you have this kind of possibility, taking in the center, close to your opponent's strength, is not the best choice. You want to take close to where you have stones and close to the side, um, because endgame is usually bigger on the side. So now does he? Yeah, I think for burns, like maybe it's not worth it to play here. There is this three stack here though. That is pretty interesting. Komacchin is winning, but it really depends on the some of the fighting that we get. Where do you block? Probably you don't block here. Yeah, this three is going to be annoying. Maybe you play here. I just want to play a two that's not going to be attacked, and that is maybe going to be useful later. Um, I think Komacchin is fine in this lower right. This is crazy. They both have 3 minutes. Honestly, this is really such a shame that I'm the only one that's able to watch it. I mean, I guess there's some spectators, but like, yeah, some people are watching it, but like, of course they're not able to talk over it. But yeah, scheduling issues, that happens. I really hope for the grand finals it's gonna be a bit easier. Really? So he's ignoring. Well, maybe he's right. This is big endgame. This is very big endgame, and also I'm not sure that you can ignore, but maybe you can ignore. Like, is it? Oh no, you can't. You can't ignore. And maybe you have something stronger here. But like I don't like this. Um, yeah, because then, oof, yeah, then you have attacks against this two and this two. No, that's bad. That's bad. That's probably a good find by Komacchin. That's crazy. Yeah, makes sense. Also, you gain a line on the top right. So the top left, sorry. So could be useful. I mean, you have moves like this. Like it's. Wait, do you want to play this maybe as red? Feels kind of scary. Because then probably white has to defend. That's not very obvious what you do. I think I like this move. It's probably a good one. This move is probably good as well, but probably cutting the white link on the top left is good. I wonder if you really have to worry about the bottom right, this corner, like this bottom right corner. Probably you do. Probably you do. Probably you do have to worry about moves like I don't know. Is that really like big enough? Maybe you play this. Maybe you give like a couple points here. The problem is like the shape is really bad. Like, hmm, I'm not sure about this move. I mean, it is big in terms of endgame, like locally, but mhm. Because I guess technically, like, wait, let's say some other move. I don't know. This one would probably have been a good move as well. Right? Technically does that, but I think you can just like, yeah. Oh, but I'm not sure where I am. Where am I? Three here. Okay, capture. Okay, yeah. Maybe this reactivates the. Okay, let's say white plays elsewhere. Then you play here, and then I guess you're threatening this, and also like you're, yeah, maybe that's too good. Yeah, okay. And also like this gives a nice opportunity for like this two is attacked, this two is attacked. It gives a nice opportunity for white to double shield. This is pretty interesting. I think playing this is good. Because like this in terms of endgame in the bottom right, like this side is going to hold, right? Like there's just enough. I don't think white is going to capture everything. But I'm a bit more worried about this side if it gets like undercut, uh, because of the shape. Like it's a little bit less like it's got a little bit less volume. I'm not sure it's. We got that. We got that. Okay, I think this move is good, but this move was better. It is a move that's easier to see with the influence on, but yeah, this was super scary. Like I don't know how you defend this. What do you do? I don't know. This Oh, but maybe that. But then you just close, no? Or like this. I don't know. It feels like you can get some stuff for free as red because this is a big threat, and this move would be a big threat, and white would have to defend. Yeah, that's the last move, and then red play here. Okay, so but this is an attack, and also like this is good endgame. I'm just I would just be worried for red that white is going to be able to play here at some point. Okay, so it is ignored, which I think is good. Oh, this is a really good move. This is a really good endgame. Jesus Christ. Um, this is taking advantage of this line on J3 from J6 to J3. And also this is helping the bottom right. This is one of these really good um, typical burnt moves in the end game, where you help, like you play moves that help two local situations. Yeah, and now I feel like this is gonna be pretty important. Now, if I mean, of course, you can't defend. Maybe you do something else. Like if you play here, okay. Oh, now you have this move. This move is actually a lot better. Wait, I think no, just not enough. Well, I mean, of course, like now white can live in the bottom right, which might end up being super important. Oh no, actually, wait, what? No, 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 no. I am saying some. Actually, this is alive. I think. Actually, not. Maybe. Maybe yes. Maybe not. It is alive. It would be able to live, but it wouldn't be as good as I think. Um, as I thought it was. And now time to come back, and yeah, sure. Um, very good actually. Very good use of the. See, this is why I don't like these moves. I don't like these moves. By red where you put a one in direct line of sight of the opponent. Um, and now maybe you may be wondering why this move and not this move. But this is actually a very good endgame by Komacchin, where you play here, so that this way, this one here already has three defenders. So when it's gonna get attacked, you don't have to defend it. This is a small thing, but it makes a difference. It makes these kind of things make differences in the end game. I think I think this is lost for white, but it really depends. Maybe white can live big here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Do you play? Okay, you can't play here because this. You play here, but there's that. Yeah, I think white has to kill a bunch of things here to win. It might be possible because this is not good enough, unfortunately, for red. Mm. I mean, this is good, but I also think it's not good enough. I mean, maybe it's enough to live. This is very fishy. I mean, I'm expecting this move, right? Like, yeah, it has to be. Has to be. Wait, maybe you can play here. But then you lose these things for sure. You're gonna lose some points. No, that's bad. Don't do that. Probably holding on to that is the best thing, and hoping that you can get this nice, like, I mean, nice. It's not a nice shape, but like this hexagon shape. I think white can claw back points just enough. If white can get some points here with initiative and then come back and play like c2 or d1, is that a move? Maybe not. Then maybe white can still win. It is pretty hard to call, honestly. Like, even though there's a 20-point difference, a 20-point difference just means that white has to find 10 points, which honestly might happen. See, I'm not sure I agree with that one. Because you had that, like, I mean, you had that double attack. Maybe he was scared of something else. I don't think this is good in terms of shape by red. Because now this is super thin. Like, what are you gonna do? You are gonna need to play a 4 stack, and then you're gonna lose a bunch of points. I think this is not. Yeah, this was not the correct direction. Yeah. Okay, but see, I don't think I agree with this move. Because then when it gets captured, you have to play another move. Whereas if you play this, I guess you still have to play another move. But if you play this, then I don't think you do. But okay, this move was played, and then yeah, that might be wow. That's maybe Burnt is gonna win on his endgame. I would be really tempted to play this as red. What would be the 92? Yeah, I mean it's good enough, right? I think playing c1 is the correct call, because then you're gonna otherwise you're gonna be in so much trouble in the top left. I mean, I feel like, because like sure you can play the 3 here, but then like hmm, okay, so now we will see. I I'm expecting. Oh, he takes. Wait, but the take is not super Sente, right? Red can play. No, 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 no. What is this? What is this? Do you really need to play that? Sure, you lose like a couple of points, but you're gonna make them on the left. Uh, I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken, but maybe it's safer. But I don't think that it was the best move. Because C2 is, I'm pretty sure, like prediction, C2 is gonna be annoying. Um, if Burn plays it. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good move. I think Burn has to defend, because as we saw, like this take here comes with an attack here, and this take here comes with a double attack. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have to defend. Like, I mean, it is sad, but you have to defend. Yeah, takes shield. Okay. Now really think that you play d2 or c1 actually. Yeah, I feel like it's the good timing for c1. No, 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 no. Somehow both players are blind to the top. I mean, it can happen, but it just I'm kind of surprised because it is the most open part of the board. I mean, maybe I'm too invested in this game. I shouldn't be. It's okay. but it is kind of an eventful game. Yeah, I think both players are just blind to the top, but that's okay. But now, yeah, okay, now you have to commit. I mean, you spent all this effort to do this, so yes, somehow I yeah, exactly. Like, but actually, is okay? Is B1 that good? Because red has this one, but it doesn't. I'm not sure it works. But this is for sure. This is a big mistake by red. Um, why not just play D2 at some point? Like D2 completely fixed the like if here you let red have some points and you just play D2, then there's no problems and probably you win. Probably, I'm not sure actually. But now I think it's gonna be yeah, okay. So C1 makes sense. But then you get a three stack on C2. And I think you do. I think you do play it. Like this is going to be, can you play a two here? Maybe not. I mean, maybe Komacchin read that it was fine. But I am not sure that he's right. If if he did, sorry about that. I mean, I mean it. Hmm. Does that really work? No, it doesn't. Doesn't work. No, no, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. I think this defense would not work. So I'm really expecting C2. I really think that Burns might win on that, but I really should go. But oh well, that's actually a good point. But then maybe oh no, but Burn gave up. Burn gave up on the fight on the top left. Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure. That's this is so tense. I realize I'm just like being tense by myself. I think that this other move was better. Um, but maybe it's also fine. Like, because like I was kind of scared of this one, but maybe actually it doesn't do anything. I think Komacchin did a really good job. Wow, if you read that, I'm really impressed. Um, like the white moves here looked super scary. Admittedly, I didn't read very much, but wow. Maybe the other one. What do you do in this case? Maybe that's D1. Huh. Wow, that's completely fine. Okay, yeah. My deepest apologies. This is crazy, but it does work. It does work to just ignore and leave that possibility of invasion for white, and then you can just cut it like that. That's crazy. Yeah, and now there's nothing. This is a really good example of a two on the side that is like lonely, the C1 two, and but the shoulders of the, I mean not the shoulders, but like these 2 points here are controlled by red, and this two is completely safe. And this is very useful for cutting groups on the side. Happens pretty often. So we got that, and then we got takes here, and I'm expecting, I guess this probably like that seems like the most reasonable thing to do. So we got b3. I guess that there were maybe some ideas. b3 is kind of a safe move. It loses a couple of points, but it might be okay. But that's not a move, I don't think, because red can play here. Yep. I mean, it might also be like time Suji, you know. Both players have a pretty low amount of time. Yeah, we got this move, which well, so it's gonna resolve the shape ideas here. The right move for red to gain to maintain some points is to play a 4-stack here. It looks weird, but you know, you're gonna have this. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have this, that, and then you can save this shape by having a kind of a pointy angle, like an acute angle, and like for obtuse angles you need threes, and for acute angles you need fours. So you make a four. This four is going to hold, and because this four holds, the rest of the group is going to be fine um, up until the convex part. So yeah, and now there's nothing. Like this is nothing. Just shield here. Okay, who is winning? Who is winning actually? I mean, red is winning, but red is winning. That is crazy. Yep. Here. Then here. Okay, we're gonna get the resolution. Very good. This way I can stay out until the end, I think. Oh, that's actually 1 point. Yeah. Now I'm expecting takes. Yeah, I think Komacchin won. Yeah, Komacchin won definitely. That is a big surprise. Jesus, it is super impressive to come back from the losers bracket like this deep. Even Alec last year, because like Alec last year lost in round 3 against Burnt, and he went back through the losers bracket to win the championship. But like this is really impressive. Komacchin lost in round 2 against me, and then he took his revenge later, but he lost in round 2. So he had to play a lot of matches to come back here. It's crazy. Um, we get just like normal moves, takes. We're just like cleaning up the board at this point. Yeah, reinforce, and then Komacchin wins. Komacchin wins. Crazy game. Crazy game. You just need a shield here, and then yeah, and then the winner outline is in the Atari's editor. There's a winner outline if it's not possible to for the opponent to win, and there's a red winner outline, so red has won. What? Uh, that's I'm sorry. No, actually, that's not a mistake. That's just a fancy move. I no, it's okay. I was scared for a second. Yeah, we got that. I think it's a fancy move because it's exchanging 3 points against 4 points. That's one. Oh no, no, 4 points. Okay, 4 points. That's fine. That's fine. This is exchanging these 4 points against these 4 points. That would have been what would have happened, but Burn didn't pay it. So, but now Komacchin really has to come back to L12. I think even if he messes up, he probably doesn't lose on that. But well, for the sake of cleanliness, I hope he doesn't mess up that. But yeah, he just has to come back and play L12. Yeah, probably making sure that there's nothing else on the board. I think there's nothing else on the. What is this? Okay, he is missing it. You know what? It's understandable. It's understandable because this has been a really long game. Um, if he lost on that, it would have been absolutely tragic. But he is not going to lose on that. Yep, he is not losing on that. Like that's it's gonna be okay. Um, he's gonna lose 4 points. This was pretty scary, but no, he actually wait what no, so he's gonna lose. Oh, he's gonna win by one. That's very lucky. He's gonna lose one. You need 85 to win. He's gonna lose one, two, three, and four here. So I think in the end he is gonna win by one. That is absolutely insane. It's completely insane. Yeah, he shouldn't panic. He he just needs to do one thing to not lose. It's reinforce L13, and you can notice that the winner outline is not there anymore, and that's because it is technically possible for red to lose if red loses this L13 stack, but he just has to reinforce it, and he should reinforce it like now. Yeah, exactly. And now it's over. Now the now the computer is happy again. Yeah, and then we're gonna get takes. Okay, yeah, fair enough. And Komacchin is going to win by no, actually 2 points. 3 points, not 1 point. That's insane. That was a really good comeback by Komacchin. I was not expecting that, especially because the opening was really burnt favored in my opinion. That is GG. Really, congratulations to Komacchin for this crazy run, beating Hootie, Alec. Um, so he beat in the losers bracket. He came back to beat. So okay, so total he beat the power. Then he lost against me, and then he beat Frasco, Hootie, Alec, myself, and um, and Burnt. Crazy. And now he's gonna face Ben in the grand finals. I really hope they're gonna find a way to schedule this so that the European people can watch. But yeah, crazy, crazy. Very nice game. Very nice game. Very entertaining Komacchin Pie game. Um, yeah, I think one of the most original games with this opening that I've seen. Because usually, as I said, usually it's pretty like clear cut. It's left versus right, and but this one completely like devolved into some madness. And I was really all for it. And there were some really good sequences by Komacchin. Coming back to play C8 was beautiful. Yeah, playing a good sequence on the right, even though in the end, like he kind of messed up, but that's okay. Um, Playing out a really good sequence on the right, playing out some really good moves on the top, um, and then coming back and playing C8, which ended up being, I think, the winning move. Uh, that was super good. GG.